Courtesy of Banggood.com, they were nice enough to send me the new Cheerson CX off. I think that is what they call it. What, dash off? Wi-Fi FPV quadcopter, micro quadcopter, and it is very small indeed, and it is equipped with optical flow. Now I'll get into that in a moment with you. Let me just get it out of the box quickly, and you can see it would also make a lovely gift for one of your family or friends. And look how small that is in my hand. It's absolutely tiny. When I first seen it, I was really surprised. At the front, you'll see a 0.3 megapixel camera, and it records in 480p. At the bottom, you do have your Wi-Fi antenna. Now, it does say to take the antenna out for a better Wi-Fi distance, but I've already tried to do that, and when I did that I couldn't get the antenna back in. So don't take it out whatever you do. And at the bottom here, that is your optical flow sensor. Now what your optical flow sensor does is it calculates the images from the ground, say to about 3 to 5 meters off the ground, and it stabilizes the quadcopter out, and it works best during the daytime in a lot of light, but you can also turn that off as well. The motors are, I do believe, 0615 motors. They're very small, but don't let that fool you, because this thing can really move when it wants to. It can be quite speedy, and because of its size, you can lose orientation quite quickly. But it does have LED lights on it, so that helps, but only in the dark. During the day, you won't be able to see them, and you will lose sight of the quadcopter. Now, it comes with a one cell 150 watt LiPo. It's already installed in there. You can't take it out. It's non-replaceable, not unless you strip down the whole quadcopter, and I suppose you can replace it. And you have your on and off switch at the back with a charging port here. And let me just get the cable out of the box for you, because in the box, let me get the rest of the stuff out, you do get your charging cable. It has a micro JST cable in one end and the USB socket in the other end, so you just plug it into your laptop or computer and charge it up. You just make sure it's off and plug it in first, then just plug the other end into your computer, and that's you. Once the red light's on, it's charging. Once it's finished, it stopped charging. It took around 43 minutes for me to charge it up. It wasn't too long. Flight time is about 5 minutes, approximately 5 minutes. It depends how many times you crash. And the reason why I say that is because if you use the phone app, you will crash, and you will crash a lot. It comes with a user manual. I'll get to that in a second, but you also get a charging cable for the little transmitter that you get. And the little transmitter is absolutely tiny as well. I mean, if you look at the size of the quadcopter and the transmitter, it is so small. The transmitter itself has got a built-in battery. Now, the battery that's in it is a one cell 120 mAh battery, and you obviously use the charging cable that I'd showed you to charge it up. The charging port is right here, and you just plug it into your computer. Your on and off buttons here, and if you want to arm the quad, you turn the quad on first. You go up and go down, and that will be it. That will be you bound to the quad, and you can fly. Now, automatic takeoff here, automatic land here. You have your rate switch here, because you've got 3 different rates: high, low, high, medium and low, sorry. And if you press and hold that button, it will take it out the optical flow mode. But it does come with altitude hold as well. And if you press the 3D button, you need to press it in for a couple of seconds. You'll see the LED lights flash, or you'll hear a beep, and you can flip to whatever direction you want to. Now, because it's a Wi-Fi quadcopter, you've got your phone holder here, so you can put your phone in, and it can take just about any phone, because look how much that stretches out. Now, that's just about it for the transmitter itself. And also, I forgot to mention the weight of the quadcopter, including the battery, is 24 grams. And from motor shaft to motor shaft, it's about 49 millimeters, because I had already measured it previous to doing this review. Now, flying distance is around 30 meters, but obviously Wi-Fi distance depends, and the flying time is around 5 minutes. I was on my mobile phone flying it, and I got just over 5 minutes flying it. But with any Wi-Fi quadcopter, I tend not to use a mobile phone. I tend to use the transmitter. Let me get to the manual itself. The manual tells you everything that you need to know. You can recalibrate the gyros as well. That's at the back somewhere, I do believe. Where are you? Yes, if you turn the quadcopter on and arm it by pushing up and down on the stick, you push both of the sticks down to the bottom right hand corner, and it will recalibrate the gyro. Just make sure it's on a flat surface. Okay, and you can also download the app as well. Does it have a barcode to download it? Yes, it does indeed. But I didn't use the barcode because I knew what app it was. I went to the Google store and typed in CX/OF, and it downloaded the app. Now, let's get to a couple of things. Well, before that, you also get a goodie bag. You get a spare set of props and a prop tool. And you will be needing that, because once you crash, these blades do tend to bend rather quickly. Now, I have a big gripe about this quad, and that is you can only use one or the other. You can only use either the transmitter or your phone. And if you are flying with the transmitter and you turn on the app on the phone and you try to use it, you'll lose control of the transmitter and the phone takes over. And as all Wi-Fi quadcopters, you would expect that you should be able to see the picture on your phone and fly at the same time using the transmitter, but you can't. My left stick here is a bit gritty, so I can't really fly very stable, but my right stick is nice and smooth, and they are flat sticks. There are strains of it. I've never used something like this, and it is very small, very, very small. The weather has been like this for the past week and this week, and it's supposed to be like that next week too, and I can't get to fly outside, so the only thing I can do is fly inside, because this won't take very much. It can't fly in very high winds, 5 mile an hour winds or less, but it does fly at its best when there's a lot of light. Now let me just get the app up for you here on my mobile phone. The app is CX off, you'll see here, and let me turn the quadcopter on first. You'll see the lights, red lights for the back and blue lights for the front. You'll see it flashing away, and I'll scanning. It's already, is it connected? Yes, it's connected, and we'll go into CX off. Now you can see it says connected here, and you can go into free flight. And there you go. You can see all my paperwork there, what I've been telling you. Uh, right, like I said, the camera is 0.3 megapixels and it's 480p. Controlling it with the phone is really difficult. I found your record buttons here and take a picture, and that is if you want to tilt your phone to fly it instead of using the sticks themselves. The middle button, or if you press that, the quadcopter will automatically turn around to you and face you. The camera will face you, and that is your rate switch and your 360 flip switch. And you also have that where you can draw a line, and whatever way you draw it, the quadcopter will fly there. Okay, so whoops, let's just go back into there. I made a mistake. And you have your settings button here. You can calibrate the quadcopter with the phone as well by pressing the 2 scales, and you can go virtual reality mode, so you can stick it in virtual reality goggles. Can I get out of there? Back into setting, and you can hide the settings as well, but you don't want to do that. The red exclamation mark at the bottom is if you get into trouble, you just hit that button and the quadcopter will drop out of the sky. You can see we're already bound there, so I don't want to take off in here just now. Right, well that's the app there, and now you can go into the dance mode, and you can go into menu in here, and you can go into demonstration, and I would highly advise you check the demonstration out before you try any dance maneuvers and fly it in a big open space. I have not tried it because I can't get out to fly, like I said, because of the weather. I don't like using the mobile phone to fly with at all. I hate using mobile phones to fly with. Let me just turn it off like that and put it in there and show you the way I set my phone on, and that's the way that I would set my phone on, like that. But like I said, it is really, really, really disappointing that I can't record on my phone and see what I want to see and fly with the transmitter. You can only do one or the other. Now that's one thing I would really like them to fix. If they can fix that, then this quadcopter would have been... I would have really enjoyed this quadcopter because of that, but I think the app is absolutely worthless now, and I don't even know why they put a camera on it in the first place, or even sold a transmitter. They could do one of the two. Just make it for the phone, or just make it for the transmitter. But I must admit, one thing does come to mind. The thing that does give it good points is how well it flies. I mean, this thing will just sit there and it won't move. And it's amazing. I've never seen a quadcopter so stable. For something this size, it's unbelievably stable. It's like I said, and I'll say again, especially when there's a lot of light. So the only thing I can do at the moment is take what I have already done, a little recording, and fly with my mobile phone, and I'm also going to use the transmitter separately and do a little flight, so there'll be 2 little clips. But I don't know, you can see how smooth that is, but then it's kind of notchy on the left one, so it's not very smooth for me. But there you have it. Let's go and fly this thing, and I'll show you a little bit of video footage.
Now we're in low rate at the moment. As you see it flying about, like I said, it's really, really stable. It will just sit there. Look at it. I'm not even touching it. Well, it's got a little drift backwards, but it tends to drift back into the light for some odd reason. I've noticed that light attracts the sensor quite a lot, and I don't understand why it does that, but that's what happens. There you go. And okay, so that's in low rate. We're going to try a flip here. Press and hold the 3D button. You see a light flash and a flip to go. There you go. Check that out. Easy as pie. But as I did say, my left stick is kind of naughty, so I'm a bit weary of flying this. I really am. It's quite awkward because it kind of sticks every now and again. And I'm going to put it into medium rate. Right, that's it in medium rate. I don't know if that might be a bit better. It comes a lot, yours a lot faster than medium rate. That's high rate. And low rate is very slow. Right, let me just bring that into camera again for high rate. There you go, that's high rate. Yours is really fast, and that's back to low rate. I mean, it is a lovely flyer for indoors. My only complaint was that we can't record as I'm flying with the transmitter, which is a big shame indeed. But apart from that, it really is a very stable quadcopter indeed. Okay, one thing I did find out is the quadcopter does not like to be flown in the dark. And there you have it, the lights are flashing already, so it's time to come in. It will, if I just leave it there hovering as you see, it will just automatically land itself because it's low in battery, and that's it. But there you go, there you have it, that's the Cheerson CX off micro quad, and you can get that from Banggood.com. I will have more flight footage up when the weather is good, but until then I'm afraid this is as much as I can give you at the moment. So thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, happy flying.